Welcome back to Chokitibu Media, and welcome back also to Donald Trump's world. Donald Trump came out today to declare that he is going to take over the Gaza Strip from the Palestinians. He made this known while addressing the press together with Mr. Netanyahu in the United States of America. He declared that the military in the United States will overtake or take over that area and sending the Palestinians away. But actually said, okay, they are going there to make a rebuild. They are going there to rebuild the area. So after rebuilding the area, that the Palestinians are also welcome to come and live there. So, but the question is, why should the United States of America leave their own territory to come down to the Middle East to come and take over the Gaza Strips? So that is dictating to us that Gaza Strips, after rebuilding it, after taking it over, is going to be given back to Israel. But I want you to listen to the analysis made on Arise Television today, whereby Rufai Hosseini made a great contribution to this question at hand. I want you to watch it and put your own comment in the comment section and let us discuss. But the other crew also on these television channels also make their own case and express their own opinion about what they think is going on in the Middle East. Let's watch.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years. I'm hopeful that this ceasefire could be the beginning of a larger and more enduring peace that will end the bloodshed and killing once and for all. With the same goal in mind, my administration has been moving quickly to restore trust in the alliance and rebuild American strength throughout the region. And we've really done that. We're a respected nation again. A lot's happened in the last couple of weeks. We are actually a very respected nation again.
Unbelievable. Guys, this announcement has sparked significant international concern regarding sovereignty, displacement, and the legal implications of such actions. Let me take some tweets, and I also would like to take some comments from our YouTube viewers, our amazing YouTube viewers. I got, my producer telling me that we have a lot of Trump supporters online. So I encourage our viewers to, write a comment, and I'll read it out to see if there's some sort of justification to this action, which has been termed as genocide, really. Well, let me take Dean's comment, who wrote, "The President of the United States of America just called for ethnic cleansing, regardless of your political affiliation. This is indefensible." Well, Nina Turner wrote, "It was always a genocide. It was always ethnic cleansing. It was always an occupation, all paid for by our tax dollars. Our government is complicit." Rufai, we know that also there are comments from Saudi Arabia as well, but I'd like your comments before I take another tweet and maybe read something from our YouTube viewers, really.
No, but we always know it's ethnic cleansing, pure and simple. And the American government has perpetrated these heinous crimes over the years, and the blood is on the American government. Because Trump keeps saying Gaza is devastated as bomb. Which bomb did they use to bomb Gaza? Was it an American bomb? Who gave Israel most of the money to decimate Gaza? Who started this level of unfairness? Was it not the Americans and the British that started all of this madness when they had a Balfour Declaration? What happened in the end? What happened to the occupation? What happened to 1948? What happened to the Yom Kippur Wars? Was it not America's support all this while? What happened, the prowess of the likes of Moshe Dayan? Wasn't it the Americans that were pumping them with money? Wasn't it the American deep state that helped them build all of this?
Yeah.
So Trump now saying this, that they have destroyed and now they want to chase those people off their land, is American manipulation. And it will be on record, the blood of Americans' hands in this century, just like they also want to do with South Africa. So the question is, in Trump's expansionist theory, who is going to be next? Because we don't know if the world is safe. At first it was Greenland, then Panama, now then Gaza Riviera, then South Africa. Who is going to be next? Probably Nigeria, Uganda, Equatorial Guinea. He wants to take over the world. And guess what this reminds me of? Adolf Hitler. That was how Hitler started. Hitler first started with Sudetenland. He said, oh, give me Sudetenland, I wouldn't cry any longer. Guess what Neville Chamberlain said? Let's give him everything to make peace. But Hitler went further from Sudetenland. He occupied Poland. Then he started. Then he said, let's go to parts of Africa. Then he talked about Operation Barbarossa. And Hitler continued, kept on occupying, until the Allied forces pushed him back at the beach of Normandy. And they said, enough of all of this. And guess what? He had allies that did it with him, the likes of Benito Mussolini.
All right.
So we will not forget history. Like I said before, it is either Trump starts the Third World War or he makes the conditions rife for the Third World War.
Yeah, it does appear like some sort of a takeover. I mean, this is not the only conversation we've heard from Trump. But let me take Lindy Bachi's tweet. She wrote, because he's always talking about making America great, the only way this plan can be called America First is if Gaza and surrounding areas, to accommodate all the Palestinians, is made the 51st state. Then they have a safe and permanent home where they have lived since the time of Jesus, and the Israeli people have a good neighbor. I mean, I thought that tweet was actually, quite commendable. I'm still trying to find some comments from our amazing YouTube viewers and some of their, comments. I mean, I'm seeing people saying, Trump, go after them. I don't even know what that means at this point. But we know that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has issued an official statement through its foreign ministry, reaffirming its unwavering support for the establishment of an independent Palestinian state. The statement is in direct response to President Trump's proposal to take over and economically develop the Gaza Strip. Dr. Bati, comment from you while I read to see if there are any other comments.
I said before that Trump is a real estate developer or a former real estate developer. Hence this interest in land grabbing in Gaza. Second, this is a project of ethnic cleansing. Third, this is against the two-state solution that has been proposed by countries like Saudi Arabia and other countries. Even the United States, under Biden, didn't oppose the two-state solution that has been on the table since the year 2000. It's only Israel and Iran that is opposed to the two-state solution. Now, you mentioned Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, yes, has objected to this plan to further demolish the demolition site in Gaza. Trump thinking that he has common sense. He says, after all, it's a demolition site. We'll send American soldiers there if necessary to go and clean up the place, and we'll relocate the Palestinians. Now, Saudi Arabia says, no, they're not going to take in, the Palestinians. Also, Egypt and Jordan, which as part of the hostage agreement release for ceasefire deal, had been asked to take in the people of Gaza. Those two countries have also said no. So the implication of what Saudi Arabia is saying, what Jordan is saying, what Egypt is saying, is that Trump's proposal is going to have implications for the relationship between Israel and the Arab Gulf states. So he's saying, oh, this will promote peace in the Middle East. It's completely delusional. It's very wrong. It's not going to promote peace. Now, he says when Gaza is turned to a beautiful place, even Palestinians can live there. Well, Palestinians are saying that this will be a repeat of Nakba, the catastrophe of 1948, with the creation of the state of Israel, which they have never accepted till today. And they say it's their homeland, and they are not going to leave that,
Yes.
Greater Palestine region. So it's an emotional thing for the people living in that Gaza Strip and Palestinians generally. Right. Now, Trump, I said, may be playing a game, what is called the art of the deal, thinking that if he pushes the envelope to the extreme, then people will be forced to negotiate with him. As you have seen in the example of Mexico and Canada. And as we hope, or the E hopes, he will see with the example of the EU and also China. Finally, Netanyahu is happy, obviously happy, because he's been having problems back home with the hardliners, with the far right in Israel. Persons who do not believe Israel can exist with any state called Palestine within that territory. But will they be able to get this through? I think the international community, should be again anxious about this land grabber, this disruptor of the global order called Donald Trump, who wants to disrupt everything from North America to EU he has gone to South Africa. Yeah. One man, turning American foreign policy process on his head and claiming that it's America first.
Right.
Obviously, he has more ambitions beyond making America or placing America first in the international order.
Well, after that press conference, there was another in the White House where a journalist asked him again, and he reiterated that how can the Palestinians not want to leave? How can they, continue to stay, because it's going to happen all over and all over again? Let's take a comment, I believe, from someone called Emmanuel Akego on our YouTube live stream. And the person wrote, Trump is correct. You cannot continue one thing over and over again without, I guess, resolve, not change the style and pattern. This is what Trump is suggesting. God bless Trump. What do you make of that actual comment?
Well, I mean, like you mentioned, there will always be two sides of the divide. There are some people who are firmly in support of Trump and Trump's agenda, especially people who feel that other nations should emulate Trump in his America First agenda. And then, of course, when we talk about the Israel-Palestinian fight or crisis for decades and decades, it's also been very contentious. What currently subsists is the two-state solution. So Trump, again, has come in with almost like a one stick to respond to many of the world issues, has just come out with this comment that has largely been termed as insensitive, especially to the people who feel not just a right to the land, but has been said an emotional connection. This is what they fought for. Some of their ancestors have died here. And to just think that a quick comment around, let's make it better for you, you'd rather live somewhere else. I think it's a bit presumptuous, not a bit, it's very presumptuous of him. And say what you may, it is overreaching. But let's see what would happen in the end. As you mentioned, you saw the Israeli Prime Minister looking quite pleased with himself with this Trump announcement. And of course, they've been allies even before he won the election. I don't think the Palestinians would take this line down. Let's see how Trump is going to achieve this particular announcement with regards to Gaza takeover.
So, among the reforms and reorganization or agenda that Donald Trump said is pursuing is the withdrawal from United Nations Organization and review of international bodies. Between the 3rd and the 5th of February, that is yesterday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order withdrawing the United States from several United Nations organizations and initiating reviews of order. Here are the breakdowns of the key action and organization involved. Number 1, United Nations Organization withdrawn from United Nations Human Rights Council, UNHRC. The U.S. formally withdrew from UNHRC, citing chronic bias against Israel, an accusation that the council shield human rights abuser from scrutiny. The U.S. had previously left the council in 2018 under Trump's first term, but rejoined under President Biden in 2001. So, UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, also funding to that organization has been withdrawn, terminated by Donald Trump's. His order was to just make sure that U.S. is not part of UNRWA. This organization, you remember, is the organization that takes care of, like schools, hospitals, and, distribution of food and so all the rest. What is the offense? The offense is that, he claimed that that organization has been infiltrated by members of the linked to terrorist group, including alleged involvement in Hamas October 7, 2023 attack on Israel. Another organization that is likely to be hacked down is the UNESCO, that is a United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization that is under review. So definitely within 90 days, they are going to know their fate. So they're going to be hacked down, definitely hacked down. So, and another organization that has been hacked down already, the Paris Climate Agreement of 2027. So that has been done. Then World Health Organization also has been hacked down already. So those are the organizations that Trump's are already, facing to, to dismantle, or not dismantle anyway, to take his country out of, Talking about, say, its golden age for the United States of America. Remember, the immigration issue now is still going on. One thing I know is it's better to build the whole world together rather to say you are standing alone, because America is putting itself above everybody now, saying they're going to stand alone and they're going to be the police of the world. So, but my question is, we need to be careful. We need to check before it becomes a menace, because you don't know who is going to, be next tomorrow. It might be Africa, it might be Asia, it might be, US can just leave his own country and just go, like they went to Panama. They just come to Nigeria or go to Ethiopia or go to Kenya and say, okay, yeah, we are here now, we're going to take over, and there's nothing anybody could do about that. Or go to Uganda. So that is what I am calling everybody to wake up and try to see. So, like having discussion about this and making people to understand, educate ourselves and see that this has happened before and now it is happening again. Let's be careful. This is Chokitable Media. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Put on your notification button and see you next time. Wishing you Godspeed. Bye for now.